Hey everyone, welcome to this week's live stream. So we're actually in a bit of a different location today. We're at my mom's. We had some issues with our water back in Toronto, and so we're now in wine country, a little bit east of the city. So we have the luxury now of doing this outside. So we hope the stream goes well, and so we'll start. So I see that Chris and Jesse are on the stream. So hey guys, thanks so much for coming. So he sees some requests for some hamstrings, some glutes, maybe some hips. And Jeff, hey Jeff, let me know if you've got any kind of requests from your end. I know from Instagram we saw on the poll that there's another request to move a little more quickly today and to add some core in. So we'll do all those. And Jess said something about shin splints. So we'll see what we can do in the calf area and try and stretch those out a little bit. Maybe a little bit of those foot exercises or those foot stretches. I'm just going to give it maybe another minute before we get started, just to let everybody kind of get on the stream and get settled. We'll start in a seated position. So whenever you're ready, just come into a seated position. And as always, so if you like this and you like the content and you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, hit that bell so you can see all of these notifications come in. If you hear any dogs barking, it is Lucy Goosey, who's inside right now. We were originally thinking about having her out here, but it's pretty hot, so we wanted her to be in the air. And yeah, and then we also have our Instagram and our website, so movewithjen.ca. Hey Jen, good morning. All right, so if everyone's ready, we'll just get started. It's 10:01 already, our time. So how we're going to start is, so I know I said we're going to start in seated. I lied a little bit. We're actually going to bring our knees all the way to the sky or the ceiling, and we're going to start in this sort of modified kind of child's pose position. So from here, we're just going to kind of hang over our legs, and we're going to do 3 breaths just to kind of get here, and then we'll kind of keep moving through the sequence. So again, if there's any other requests that anyone has, pace or anything otherwise, just let me know. Jen, I already got you, so we're going to do some core and we're going to go fast. So if there's anything else, just let me know. Okay, so from here, let's just get settled. So just arms are going to just hang over the legs here. We're going to just bring the upper body so it also just kind of hangs. So this should feel fairly relaxed and fairly passive. So from here, just breathing, just letting yourself sort of get comfortable here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to go into tabletop position. From tabletop, we're going to stretch out our toes a little bit, maybe try to release some of those shin splints, and just a nice sort of foot stretch. So what we're going to do is just spread the toes in the back here, so you're on your knees, and we're going to put a little bit of pressure, just bringing the hips back. So if this isn't feeling good, you can, maybe it's a bit too much pressure on the feet, just put your hands on the ground and just use your hands to sort of push back and just take as much pressure on the toes that you need. If you are able to, otherwise, you're going to come up and just sort of bend backwards, just putting a bit more weight in the toes here. So just playing with this one, see what feels good. You want sort of it all, you should feel it in all of your toes, so it should feel kind of like a nice stretch. Or if you're on your feet a lot, you might feel this a lot. So just breathing here, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more here. Inhale and exhale. From here, just removing the feet. You can't really remove your feet, so what we're going to do is just change the toes here. So the bottom of the foot is going to face the ground or the floor, Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention is I completely forgot my mat, so I'm just doing this on the floor. So just bear with me. So from here, we're gonna have our feet, or the top of our feet on the floor, and again, we're just going to bend backwards here. This again is going to kind of depend on how much you're on your feet, so you might feel this a lot, or you may not feel it enough. So just try and get your hands on to the back here, and then slowly lifting those knees off the ground. So again, just take it slowly here. You don't want to go too fast and really cause yourself to strain. You just want to feel a little bit of a stretch in the top of the feet, and just see how this goes. So breathing here, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. From here, coming back onto the knees and onto the shins, and then just sort of tapping those feet out. We're gonna do one more stretch for the sort of calf and that sort of area. So just coming back onto our butts, extending the legs. From here, just putting the hands right beside you just to support. Can have a nice flat back here. And from here, we're just going to flex the toes and then extend them. So we're gonna flex and extend. And just breathing here, so maybe inhaling. We're back? All right. Sorry about that, everyone. Something happened with our internet, so so apologies for that. So we're gonna go right away into our downward dog. So again, maybe starting with bent legs, working towards straight, especially if you need some love in your calves. I would try to really try and get those heels on the ground. That'll really help you get a nice stretch here. So from here, just taking any movement that you need to this morning. So maybe kind of twisting side to side, maybe pedaling the feet. So really trying to get the heels on the ground, seeing what this feels like. Maybe doing some movement in your wrists, just circling them, maybe moving the head. So just take any bit of movement that you need to just really start waking up the body here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to step to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. From here, inhale those arms up. One more time. And exhale, folding over the legs here. So from here, just grabbing your elbows. I'm going to give you a few options here. So either just hanging over the legs in stillness, or maybe sort of moving in a half circle kind of motion, or just side to side. So adding a bit of movement here. The other bit of movement we can add is in our legs. So slowly just kind of bringing one knee to bent and one knee straight, maybe even lifting the heel up. So just playing here with what is feeling good for your body this morning. Again, really just trying to wake everything up. Let's do 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hi, Goose. Sorry, I think she hears us. So anyway, hands are going to come to the mat, and then let's step back. From here, we're just going to actually hold plank just for a few breaths. Start getting into our core. So what I want you to do is spread those hands, make sure they're nice and wide. Watch that your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Get those legs nice and straight. Make sure they're active, tucking that tailbone and really activating the core here. So just breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's go down to Chaturanga, elbows tight, and then push it back up to plank. So again, we're gonna hold this for another 2 breaths, and then repeat this one more time, and then we'll flow. So just breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, coming down Chaturanga push-up, and one more time, coming back up to plank, 2 breaths, and then we'll flow. Inhale, and exhale, maybe starting to shake a little bit, so just holding everything nice and tight. Inhale, and exhale. All right, let's come down. Chaturanga, tight elbows, inhale to upward dog, maybe doing some movement in your upward dog, and then exhaling to downward dog. So just seeing what this feels like. Notice if there's any tension maybe that's been released in the legs or how you're feeling. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's step again, top of the mat. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, arms down. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, coming into our chair pose. So lifting up those arms are active, tailbone is tucked, and really get those abs working here. Lots of weight into the heels, really try and get those heels back, those hips back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to go into prayer hands, bringing our hands to our chest. And then from here, we're going to twist. So we're going to take this elbow and try to touch it to the outside of the right leg. So again, kind of here. If this is not working for you, maybe just straight arms like this and just seeing where they fall on the legs. Looking for a nice little twist, stacking the arms, or staying in prayer. So if you're in prayer, just using that elbow as a little bit of leverage to kind of really get that back flat in the back. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, arms up all the way to the top. Arms down. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. From here, let's do that one more time. So coming back into our chair pose, arms up, active, tailbone's tucked, core is tucked. Just breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's twist again. So bringing those arms or those hands to our prayer position, and then slowly starting to hook that left elbow over the right knee and using that to kind of get a nice straight back. Maybe just opening up the arms. So see which variation's feeling okay for your body this morning. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms all the way up, inhaling, and exhale, arms down. From here, arms back up, folding over the legs, stepping or hopping back. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog, and exhale, downward dog. From here, I want you to step your feet out to about mat width. And from here, we're going to just move our hands backwards, coming into a squat. So from here, just kind of getting a little bit settled here in the legs. We're going to really try and open up the hips, really try to get into those glutes. So from here, just using hands maybe to prayer and using those elbows to help push out those knees. That'll really start getting into the hips here, trying to get the seat a little bit lower, really using your core here, really using your glutes here. So just breathing here for a few more breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's just bring the hips all the way back up, bringing those toes or the feet to hip width, and then folding over the legs. So maybe grabbing elbows, maybe grabbing your toes here, maybe putting your hands underneath your feet. Using this to really stretch out the hamstrings. Breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, bring those feet back out to mat width and then bring those hips back down into a squat. So two options here. So can either stay in the squat position, or we're going to play with an arm balance and just see how we go. So if you're really looking to open up the hips and more flexibility, I would recommend staying here. If you want to have some fun in an arm balance, then let's continue. From here, for the arm balance, we're going to start playing and distributing some weight into the hands. So starting with the hands, nice and wide, maybe starting to sort of just moving back and forth this way. From here, if you feel somewhat steady, maybe bringing those toes closer together. Trying to get the shin here sort of right on top of the arm, using that, and just see how this goes. So from here, maybe distributing some weight again, back and forth. If this is feeling pretty good, then maybe putting a bit more weight in the hands and lifting one toe or one foot. And other side, just going back and forth. So if that's feeling pretty good, then maybe you're going to try to actually go into the arm balance. So from here, you're going to just lift up, toes, gaze is going to be in front, balancing on the back of your arms. If that's feeling good, then maybe trying to straighten the arms. Just breathing here. Inhale and exhale, playing with whichever variation you're in or falling out like I feel like I'm doing right now. And that's okay. If you're falling out, just try and meet back in and just see how you go. Do two more breaths here. Inhale. If you've got some space in the back, I'm going to move up. You can also play around with the jump back. So coming back from here, maybe you want to jump back and shoot those legs back, Chaturanga. If you're not jumping back, just find your way to Chaturanga and we'll flow. So inhaling to upward dog, exhaling to downward dog. So just breathing here, couple breaths. Let's do a nice fast flow. And then we'll slowly start making our way down on the mat. So from here, what we're going to do, right leg lifts to the ceiling, knee to ceiling. From here, stepping that foot between the palms, and then just pivoting that back foot, warrior two. From here, bend deeply into that knee, breathing here. Inhale and reverse back. And arms come back down to the mat. Foot comes back, Chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale to upward dog, exhale downward dog. From here, lifting that knee to the ceiling, breathing here, inhale, and exhale, stepping between the palms. Again, pivoting that back foot, coming into your warrior two. Deep bend here, tucking that tailbone, inhale, and exhale. Now bringing it back, reverse. Inhale, and exhale. From here, planting those hands again, bring that foot back, Chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog, exhale to downward dog. Breathing here, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. From here, stepping that right foot back, three-legged dog, then stepping to the top of the mat, this time going into high lunge. So not pivoting that back foot, heels off the mat. Goose, it's okay. And then from here, we're going to have active arms up here. Just breathing here, core is tight, tailbone is tucked. Just breathing here, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale. From here, bring those palms back to prayer, and from here we're going to go into warrior three. So distributing the weight into the right leg here, slowly picking up that left leg, Watching those toes, watching that you've got a bit of an internal sort of rotation here, trying to get the toes down to the mat. Breathing here, everything should be in a straight line. Looking or trying to look 1 or 2 feet in front of you. Breathing here, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. Stepping that foot all the way back into our warrior two. Breathing here, watching that back arm. I always tend to accidentally bring it down, so just watch that you're opening in the shoulders here and straight line. Breathing here, inhale and exhale. Hands to mat, step or hop back. Maybe playing with your 3-legged chaturanga or not. Chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. From here, lifting that left foot to 3-legged dog. Then stepping between the palms, going into our high lunge. From here, arms are lifted, arms are active. Straightening that back leg. Everything is active here. Tailbone is tucked, core is tight. Just breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, palms again to center. Thinking about starting to distribute that weight into the left leg. So from here, picking up that right leg. Maybe you're gonna fall, maybe you won't. Just play with it here. You fall out of it, just come back in. Pointing those toes all the way down, trying to get a bit of a rotation here. Nice flat back. Everything's in one line. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, stepping all the way back into our warrior two. So again, watching that back arm, really bending here in the front leg. Inhale and exhale. On the inhale, bringing the arms back down to the mat. Bringing that left foot back. Maybe doing 3-legged chaturanga here or not. Coming into chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale to downward dog. Catching our breath here, we'll do 3 breaths in downward dog. Maybe staying in this version, maybe playing with pigeon toe. Bring those toes together, heels wide, and just seeing what this feels like. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. From here, coming onto our knees. Now we're gonna go into a bit of a side plank variation. So what we're gonna do is just take our right knee and actually just bring it out to the side or to the back a little bit. From here, we're going to, on the knee, come into a side plank variation. So just seeing what this feels like, maybe staying here. We're gonna do 2 breaths and then we're gonna do some side crunches. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, either staying here for a few breaths or we're going to crunch in for 5. So bring that arm over the head, and from here we're going to go inhale and exhale. That's 1. Inhale and exhale. That's 2. Inhale, exhale. That's 3. Inhale, exhale. That's 4. Inhale and exhale. That's 5. From here, we're going to just go back into our downward dog and do a quick flow it out. Chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog and exhale downward dog. From here, coming back into our tabletop. I'm going to change my position a little bit just so I'm still facing the camera. So I'm just going to turn around. But from here, what we're going to do is just bring back that one leg. Hands coming back, and then just going into side plank. So we're gonna hold this 2 breaths and then go into our crunches. Inhale And exhale, maybe bringing the arm over to feel a little bit more of a stretch. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's crunch or just stay here if this is already feeling like a lot. So we're gonna inhale, crunch, exhale. That's 1. Inhale and exhale. That's 2. Inhale and exhale. That's 3. Inhale and exhale. That's 4. Last one. Inhale and exhale. That's 5. From here, coming back into our flow. So last flow for today. Coming down Chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, let's come right away onto our knees and then onto our butts. We're going to do a few forward folds and start quieting it down before we get into our Shavasana. So from here, we're just going to take straight legs. So 2 options here. If you want to just do a staff pose, so just bringing hands beside and open up through the chest here, that's option 1. Option 2 is we're going to fold. So what we're going to do is just keep a nice straight back here, trying to get a little bit of lift, and then slowly folding over the legs. If you're not getting this connection here between your thighs and your belly, maybe just bringing your knees up to bend. From here, seeing if you can grab your toes or your feet. If you can't, all good. Just grabbing somewhere beside you, trying to, again, really lifting here, opening up the chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to go into, take our diamond shape here. So opening up the thighs here, couple variations. So I'll give you the option if you want to take this passive or active. So if you want to take it more passive, just grabbing the feet here and then rounding the spine, going towards the toes. If you want to take this a bit more active, same idea. We're going to grab the toes here. This time we're going to have a nice flat back. And then we're going to use our elbows here to help push our knees down. So just breathing here, again, using sort of the toes and the arms here to keep that back flat and straight. And we're trying to go over the feet. So sometimes you end up kind of crunching in, which is fine if you're going to do the round and sort of passive stretch. But if you want to take it more active, you really want to have your gaze forward and try and go over the feet. So just holding here, inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. One more here, inhale and exhale. From here, we'll come onto the back, just grabbing those knees here. We'll maybe just do one quick bridge pose. So just bring the heels down, trying to touch them with your fingers if you can. From here, lifting up those glutes, really trying to activate the glutes here, activate the legs, core is tight, and tailbone is tucked. So from here, hands can be on the mat, and then just holding here. We'll just hold this for 3. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. That's 2. Inhale and exhale. That's 1. Dropping those hips, bringing in those knees one more time. Just slowing everything down here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more here. Inhale and exhale. From here, bringing those feet down to the mat, we're going to go into our Shavasana from here. So just finding any variation that feels good for you. Maybe classic, if you've got a wall near you, maybe on the wall, or maybe go into your diamond shape. So anything that feels good. You can even try having a chair near you and then just stacking your legs on the chair. Either way, hands can be on your belly, they can be one hand on your heart, one hand on the belly, or just beside you. Just breathing here, trying to get nice and settled. We'll do 2 breaths together and then some breaths on your own. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Trying to get a little bit more settled with every breath. As you inhale, think about lengthening. And as you exhale, think about getting a little bit deeper, finding a little bit more space. Inhale and exhale. Going at your own pace, slowing everything down. As you're here in Shavasana, I've got a little quote that I'm going to read to you. Challenges make you discover things about yourself that you never really knew. This is a quote by Cicely Tyson. Sometimes it's not about what's actually happening to us, but how we experience it or how we perceive it. Is there a challenge that you might be able to reframe? Or from a challenge, is there something you can discover about yourself? Take these last few minutes maybe to reflect to see if this is something that resonates with you. And if it's not, just take these last few moments and these breaths for you. So just breathing here, another few breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, slowly waking up the body, wiggling those toes, wiggling those fingers, maybe doing a nice long body stretch here. From here, picking a side and rolling over, using that hand as a bit of a pillow. And then finally coming up into seated. From here, we're just going to do 3 breaths to close out the practice. Inhaling through our nose and then exhaling through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this morning and joining me. Namaste. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit of core, a little bit of hips, some hamstrings. We even threw in a little arm balance there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, I'm gonna stick around just while we just wrap up here. Again, if you did like the class, definitely subscribe, help us to support this content. We have a website and Instagram that you can follow for updates as well, movewithjen.ca. If you are enjoying the content, especially on YouTube, we definitely appreciate all the likes and the comments, helps us know that you're watching and that you're enjoying. And as always, if you've got any ideas on videos or things or tips that you'd like to see, then definitely let us know. All right, awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. I'm glad, and Jesse, I'm glad that feels good. You're welcome. Jen, I'm glad you loved it. Glad that the heat was turned up, especially since it's so hot right now. And Jeff, I'm so glad that you liked it as well. I'm glad that you had a great time moving. Thank you guys so much for joining. It's so nice to see your faces on every week. It definitely helps to keep Dave and I motivated. I also want to, oh, good question, Chris. So before I answer your question, I do want to just thank Dave. Dave's been doing a lot of hard work in the background, getting the live stream set up, especially out here in the country where we have internet problems and some things that we don't normally have to do in Toronto. So Chris, so when I was talking about the rotation, so I'm just going to show you. So sometimes, so if I go right away into airplane, you'll kind of see that my toes here are starting to point out to the side. And this can happen because a lot of times, especially when we're used to sitting a lot, so I find this is why it's an issue for me, is that you actually need to sort of rotate your toes down. So what you want to do is kind of get that internal rotation kind of going on, so you're really activating the inner thighs here. Otherwise, you're almost just going into more of like a half moon pose, whereas you're really trying to square the hips in this one when you're doing airplane. And so you want to kind of really think about bringing those toes down to the floor so that you get that inner rotation. Did that help answer your question? Yeah, I'll just say I hope that answered your question. Let me know if it doesn't, though. I'm happy to clarify. Maybe that's going to be a future video I do for Instagram. Oh, awesome. Great. Glad that helped. Awesome. Thanks for the question, Chris. As always, I love getting your feedback. I love hearing these things. It's in yoga, it's really, a lot of these things are all about these little micro movements, and the more that you kind of do these poses and things, you'll really see how these micro movements make a very big difference, especially when it comes to flexibility, especially when it comes to opening, and the hips are such a complicated area. So the more that you think about those little micro movements as we're doing them, is just really going to help you feel better in your practice, and just overall your body's going to feel better. All right, so I'm thinking we're coming to the end of the questions. We might just wait around just for another few seconds in case there's any other questions or thoughts that anybody has. Again, so thankful and grateful for you guys for attending every week. It definitely is so awesome to see everyone supporting us and out here. So I really hope you enjoyed this. All right, awesome. Thanks again, everyone. I hope you enjoy your Saturday. Have an amazing day. Enjoy this beautiful weather wherever you are. Hopefully it's beautiful weather for you as well. And until next time, namaste.